All right, so I'm clear for activity. Now that my neck's healed up, here's what my workout is going to look like this off season so I can come back new and improved into next season. Okay, so here's my base workout going into next season. Now, as I've talked about before, the base movements that I want to do are a squat, a hinge, a push, a pull, a brace, and a rotate. And that kind of covers this within this workout. I will be doing variants of this depending on if I'm traveling or, depending on the equipment I have access to, but in general, this will still stand. So if you look for my squat movement, I have a belt squat. For me, I really like this. This allows me to get a lot of weight on without having to be worried about my back and the spinal compression that a back squat does. I've spent my time back squatting. You've seen the video of me squatting 500. I've done that. I don't need to do that again. So back squats to me how I'm going to get a lot of weight on my, legs to be able to get that strength up. Second piece for the hinge is going to be my dumbbell straight leg deadlift. That's my preferred movement for the hinge. There's a ton of different options here. You can do kettlebell swings. You can do bar based, hinge. It doesn't really matter, but the goal is to get that hinge and get that lengthening of the hamstring. For the push, I'm doing two variants of push and two variants of pull. So for the push, I have the barbell bench. I'm starting at 185 just because with my neck, I'm just trying to gain the weight back up over time. I'm a little nervous about benching super heavy immediately coming out, especially because I haven't done it in a while. So I'm going to ease into it with 185. Dumbbell rows, 70 pounds on that per hand. Dumbbell overhead press, 47. And then pull-ups, I'm going to do AMRAP, which means as many reps as possible. Now, to denotate the colors, the color means superset. So I'm going to be supersetting these for time effectiveness, essentially. I don't have a lot of time to get this in. I need to get this in an hour. So I'm going to be doing some supersets to make sure I can get it in. In terms of how the weights are going to be put in here, what I'm looking for is a reps in reserve number of 1 or 2. So if I'm getting 2 or 1 reps in reserve, what that means is that at the end of the set of 6, I should only have 1 or 2 reps left in the tank if I were to keep going. That just kind of guarantees I'm going to be pushing myself to some degree. If I don't feel that I'm doing that, I'll add more weight to get myself up to that point. In terms of the brace, I'm going to be doing the band anti-rotation. What essentially that is it's putting on a post, a elastic band, and then you hold it out in front of you and stretch it out so that you're kind of bracing yourself against it, pulling back towards that bar. You hold it for an extended period of time on both sides. You can move the band as well. That kind of activates the core as well. I found these to be really effective for me in terms of just like making sure that my core is bracing. And then for the rotation, we have med ball slams here. There's a whole ton of things you can do with kettlebells. Doesn't really matter. But this is going to be my workout going into next season. A lot of these can be replaced with a ton of different movements.